with my favorite co-host,
James Derowitz.
and y'all finna get served with J&J Sports episode 64, man. Today we got a special guest this afternoon, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. Let him know who you is.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Cowboys fan. I just had to start with that, but I'm originally from Dallas, Texas, and just chiming in here. Kind of wanted to get on the, kind of wanted to do my first little interview, so I'm excited to be here.
Oh yeah, man. We're glad to have you. Glad to have you, man. Definitely. But we're gonna dive right into it. We got a lot to cover, man, and we would love to hear your intake on just each topic and in general. So let's dive right into it. So the first thing we got up, man, is PGA golf. So the Unstoppable Scottie Scheffler, he just won the PGA Tournament, the Travelers Tournament. This makes him one of the best to do it in the 18th green and Tom Kim's birdie, tie birdie. So just to get us started, and I'm gonna start with you, Byron, man. How impressive is this for Scheffler to do, being that since he was one of the greatest to do it after Tiger Woods in 2009? Like, how impressive is that to have that achievement?
Well, I just looked up some of his stats. I'm looking up some of his stats, and I see that he's earned his 12 PGA. Some of his stats. I'm looking up some of his stats, and I see that he's earned his 12 PGA Tour, which was 2024 with win Sunday. And I looked it up. I didn't even know the guy was originally from New Jersey, but moved to Dallas, Texas. It was raised in Dallas, Texas by his mom and his dad. He's pretty impressive. I mean, he's had his parents don't have much in sports or to deal with him, what he follows, him going into a PGA. But I mean, just his stats alone. I had to look up some of his just what it meant, because it's like SG total. He's 2.76. He's the highest. He's number one in that. Tee to green, he's 2.723. Then he also holds the approaching the green 1.485. Then I looked up, he was originally from, I told you he was originally from New Jersey, but he moved here to Texas. He went to Highland Park High School, which I think he did 3 years. He won the trophy. He won the individual state title in golf 3 years in a row from 2012 to 2014. He also played a little basketball. So, I mean, that was pretty cool that they said that they had one of his interviews that he had out that he actually won his tournament after injuring himself and playing basketball. So he was like a street baller. He played there, I think, they didn't go too much into his basketball career about his stats.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much. I got a little bit of history. I like that. You don't hear very often for his mom. I think his mom and dad are in their 70s. You don't hear very often that it was a stay-at-home dad. So it was pretty cool that I found out his dad was actually a stay-at-home dad. His mom was the chief operating officer, chief of operations at a law office here in Dallas. So it was pretty cool. I mean, after just finding out about his family, just his stats alone, and dude is really remarkable. Like, for him to be 28 years old, and they said the man's made like 70 something $1 million already. He's got endorsements from also NetJets, the Vertex, Nike Community Bank, and Rolex, and his endorsements earning each year $6 million. So now, on top of the guy being a great, golfer, he's also, he's doing really well for himself.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. James, how do you feel about him right now? Getting that record for Tiger Woods.
What I thought was really interesting about that was I caught a YouTube short a little while ago, and it was actually the two of them working on clubs and which flag to aim for and all of that. And I thought that was pretty interesting that Tiger was giving him pointers. It's almost like he's mentoring him.
Oh yeah, that's most definitely, man. It just is really impressive of him, just showing true dedication, especially everything that was going on outside of the tour with the riots and everything, which we're gonna kind of get into a little more detail. But let's kind of go into some of his stats, kind of what I guess was saying. 12 PGA Tour win, made over $3.5 million in that tournament. His record was 65, 64, 64, 65, and 4. So he did pretty good. Even though a lot, like I said, a lot was happening. And yeah, pretty much. So at this rate that he's going, can he reach Tiger Woods status sooner, or is he going to past Tiger you guys think? I'm gonna start off with you, James.
I think that's an excellent question, and it just all depends on if he can stay consistent. And I'm actually really curious to see how he's going to perform in the upcoming Olympics. I think, at this point, after that major win, all eyes are going to be on him, and he's maybe one of the, premier U.S. athletes at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Myron? How do you feel about him? Do you think he's gonna reach Tiger Woods' status?
Yeah, I mean, just because in every sport, you always have your predecessor, somebody that's going to exceed what you did. And Tiger Woods, when he played, he was great. And this guy, I think he's approaching him a lot quicker than Tiger Woods. I didn't check out his whole stats record or how well he did, but I think he's approaching him. I mean, just his win total and how quickly he's doing it and how proficient he is as a golfer. So I think he might be able to touch what Tiger Woods did in his career.
Yeah, I think too. I think so too. In some areas, like he's already reached kind of Tiger Woods status, but like I said, both of their situations were kind of the same. James, I don't know if you remember, but we covered Tiger Woods and his whole car accident situation and how he was. It tore him down for a while. You know what I mean? And then if we kind of get into your boy Scheffler, he just had a recent situation with the police, getting pulled over and this and that. But after all that, he was still managed to play in the tournament and win the tournament. So it's like his mindset is totally different, man. Definitely. Just to end us off, man, what tone is Scheffler setting for all the younger golfers or just like athletes in general? Like just being able to go through adversity like this, because like I said, it was riots around the golf tournament, plus one of the main golfers died, stuff like that. So I'll start off with you, Marion. Like, what tone is he setting, like still going and performing it at his level?
Just him. I'll go on the basis of just him being professional. A lot of times they're like, I think it's in any sport, and now that we're just talking about golf, but just think it's any sport, it's hard to not be in the scrutiny of the media, because the media is going to they're going to absolutely catch you at horrible times and at great times. So a lot of times I think I was looking up something that you were talking about. He had got pulled over or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was going to say something about that, but I just didn't know how we were going to, how everything mixed in. But you don't see a lot of stuff in scrutiny. I found out stuff about, his wife, his kids, and just like little stuff. So, I mean, it's hard to stay out of media's eye because they're almost like they dead set on finding something bad to keep you. But from him as like, him being a mentor or people looking up to him for the younger generations or trying to do what he did. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, he did this at 28. I want to top it at 24. I want to top it at 22. So he's setting a good tone for people to exceed his records if he is able to beat Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I definitely agree. James, how do you feel about it?
I definitely agree too. And I think it's a lot about the consistency, but then it's how much longer he's going to last at the sport and continue making wins like this. And like to make the comparison between the two, I mean, it's been at least a generation or two since talking about like major golfers, because you got Tiger, and then now we're talking about Scottie Scheffler, but really, who was in between? Like, who was part of the new generation of golfers?
Honestly, I guess the one that recently passed, man. Honestly, I feel like golf kind of simmered down after Tiger Woods.
Kind of
slowed down. I feel like Scotty woke the golf industry up, right? Just winning these tournaments and back to back and doing this thing. So yeah, I definitely agree. But like I said, his tone is definitely a good tone for, like I said, for these golfers, being consistent, you know what I'm saying? Never giving up, even going through, because some of these players are going through depression, all type of things. So yeah, it's a harder task than, just speaking out for it. But nah, shout out to him, his tournament win. And we're gonna keep you guys updated on just golf in general and what's going on, especially with these riots, man. Before I go into the next one, I got a few sports news of the day. So yeah, we got a few sports news of the day. First one we have up is Ryan Garcia. He has been suspended for 1 year and gives up $1 million in his fight against Devin Haney. And the fight that they had, James, it was overturned and it doesn't count due to his drug use. Now, James, I don't know if you heard about this, Brian, but James, how do you feel about this? Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I feel kind of two ways about it, but I'll start with you, James. How you feel about that?
This is performance enhancing and not illegal drugs, right?
Yeah, basically, it's not like just something just like out of the ordinary, too crazy. But like I said, honestly, I just feel like he's crying at this point, man. I feel like he lost, and he feels that this whole, trying to find a way to, but it's like you still got beat. I feel like even if he wasn't on anything or didn't have anything, he still would lose.
Mm-hmm.
How
Mm-hmm.
do you feel, man? Just that we have you on, like, because I just think he's crying.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, the reason why that's great that you talked about Ryan Garcia because I kind of followed him before in like some of his semi-professional career, and then just to the boxing, him going up to because Devin Haney. What makes it even harder that what makes it even worse, Devin Haney being beat by Ryan Garcia. They've all gained success, and they've actually gone up the ladder quicker than Ryan Garcia. They've
Yeah,
all started at junior boxing in the Olympics because all these guys all know each other. They all
yeah,
used to box against each other. So what made it even worse because I think Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney actually boxed it. They're pro, like they're coming into their semi-pro or the Olympics, so they all know each other. Devin Haney is supposed to be the poster child for the so-called boxing,
yeah,
and for him to be as arrogant as he was and beat all these boxers, Ryan Garcia destroyed this man, and it
yeah,
looked horrible on him. He should have just let him go. First of all, he didn't make weight.
yeah,
First of all, and I don't think Ryan Garcia absolutely took the fight 100%. Like, it
serious.
was more of a thing. I'm gonna beat you to say that I did it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because Ryan Garcia, I feel like, yeah, some of these fights that are going on, it's off of, hey, you know what? I knew you when you were 16, 17. I told you I'd be the best boxer in the world. Well, you made it to be the best boxer. Now I have to beat you. And he did so. So that's already an injury to insult that he beat him. He was 4 points over, and then he gloated so much, and his dad got into it with them. It was just a big thing. I will agree with you. I think it was them just trying to poke it and give Devin Haney 2 cents back because this dude can't even keep his title. Just going on
yeah,
touching on Devin Haney. Devin Haney can't even keep his title because he didn't want to fight in his division. Then he said he was going up. So Devin Haney doesn't like to look bad, first of all. Ryan Garcia embarrassed him. So he just had to do something. They should have just did it with the weight, him not being making weight, and let it go. Take your loss
yeah.
like Earl Spencer. When Earl Spencer got beat, he didn't say anything. The better man won. And I think he should have took his loss and kind of like just let it go.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said, and then the dad made it even worse, man. Just kind of, you know, going against Ryan, and then after the fight, kind of switch up his story a little bit, man. But they all just kind of weird on that side. But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated on Garcia and just are they gonna do a rematch or whatever the case is. The next one we got up, man, the Florida Panthers, they have won their first Stanley Cup in hockey for the first time. James, have you heard about this?
Yeah, and I think anytime a team wins their first championship, it's always really exciting. And really for people who are fans and non-fans, because it kind of gives hope to all those teams that don't have a championship yet. I'd say, except in the case of the Philadelphia Eagles, I could probably take that Super Bowl away, but
Yeah, most definitely. Brian, have you heard about this news about the
I haven't heard too much about that, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
No, it's good. It's all good. Like I said, we was covering it for a little bit, but we definitely gonna keep you guys updated on the draft that's coming up for hockey for sure. And then the last piece of news we have up is Elvin Kamara. He wants a better deal. He left training camp due to a contract dispute, and they were only offering him 11 million for the upcoming season. Um, Brian, I'll start with you. Are you familiar with Elvin Kamara?
No, not too familiar with that guy.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's a running back for the Saints. James, have you heard about this dispute with him?
Yeah, and I guess kind of the question is $11 million for one season for a running back at the moment. I mean, that's a decent money, and that he should probably take it unless he wants, I guess, a longer term deal. And I can understand that also from the running back position because they get banged up so easily.
Yeah, and we kind of think about it. He's, he's carried the Saints for a minute, and I feel like he's had he's carried them for a minute, breaking rushing yard records and stuff like that. So why not? Why are they holding the money? You know what I mean? Because what you don't want to do is lose them. That's what you don't want to do. So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated on that for sure. Next up we have up though is
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.